Okay, so I want to talk about sorting lists, and sorting a list alone is very easy. We have a sort method, which we'll look at. Sorting parallel lists is a little trickier, so we're going to talk about that too in this video. But so basically, I have my parallel lists here with the smoothie data, and to sort, let's say I want to sort them lowest to highest by calories, so I can put the lower calorie options at the top of the menu. All I have to do is call the sort method for the calories list, okay? And I can print the results very quickly of that. Okay, you can see the default is ascending order, lowest to highest, okay? If I want to change that and reverse that, I can do this. Just provide the reverse argument equals true. And now I'm highest to lowest, descending order. Okay, so that's one way of sorting, but as you can probably imagine, this is going to be a problem. Now I want to go back and print the menu again, the menu items. I'm going to run that and look at the data here. Now at first glance it looks okay, but remember we talked about in a previous video how Blueberry Bliss is actually the lowest calorie option at 340 calories, and now I've got it at 710, the highest calorie option. So you can see what I've done by sorting the one list, the calories list, and then leaving the other two untouched. I basically rendered the data completely useless. I mean, this data is garbage. It doesn't represent reality anymore. So there is a way around this. Okay, I've got this kind of boiled down into steps. I'm going to talk about this step by step. So when you're sorting parallel lists, there's this very nifty zip function which will zip up the lists into like one unit. It's like a zip file on your computer. You can zip up multiple files into one file. This is the same type of thing, except we're zipping together lists. In this case, our three parallel lists. Now, look who I put in first, calories. I did that intentionally because I want to sort by calories. So whoever goes in first dictates the sort order. Okay, so the result of this operation is going to be like the zipped up package called all three. Okay, and you know what? Watch what happens when I try to sort all three. I try to sort that zip package. It's saying the zip object has no attribute sort. So I can't directly sort a zipped up package, but I can convert that package back to a list, okay, which I will do in just a moment here. Let me grab that code. Okay, so this is step 2. After I have my zipped up package, I can convert it back to list format. So then it can be sorted. All right. I should note here, though, that I'm not back to my original format at this line. I'm not back to this, which we'll see later. We'll see in a moment. But let me sort this. Okay, so here's step 3 in my stepwise process. So now I can call the sort method, and this will work just fine. Now, hang on. I'm going to comment this out. Okay, let me just print this, the contents of all three, just the easy way. All right, let me make sure. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Okay, we have Blueberry Bliss up at the top, and you can see they're sorted by calories, so you can see them getting progressively higher, and then the peanut butter cup is 710. That's the last item. So they were sorted successfully. Now here's the thing. I want to show you this. You may think, great, now let's go ahead and print them all out, like print out the menu so it looks nice and we can display it in the shop or whatever. So I'm going to print the menu using the old way, the way we talked about, I think in the last video, just drawing from those parallel lists. And look at this. Are they sorted by calories like we wanted to do? No. Okay, so this is an important point. It's subtle, but it's important. These original lists were completely untouched. The whole time I was sorting and zipping and, converting, these were just untouched in their original format, and they still are. Okay. So this whole thing, this whole spiel here is, it's creating like a separate package and loading that package with the lists, the calories and the protein and all that data. But the point is, it's like working on this completely separate entity, not the original lists. So don't worry, we have a fix here. What we can do is unzip this all3 package. We're going to unzip it back into the original lists. Okay, and this is pretty straightforward, except for one strange thing, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to unzip the package, but believe it or not, to unzip the package, you use the zip function. Like, that to me is very strange. You use the zip function with a star. That means unzip. Okay, so it's like you're using the same exact function that you use to zip the functions, or zip the lists, to unzip the lists, which is just weird, in my opinion. But anyway, that's how it's done. And so I'm using it with the star. I'm unzipping all 3, unzipping them into the original lists. So these are our original 3 that we have up at the top. Okay, order matters. Remember, calories was first. And now I'm home free. All right, so I can just print, the usual way, and they're going to be sorted, and the data is going to be sound and intact. And yeah, so it's a little bit of maneuvering, but ultimately, I mean, this is not a lot of code. I could have written a bubble sort or something, some sorting algorithm. I mean, that would work too, but I didn't have to. I could do it with very little code here. So yeah, there you have it, sorting parallel arrays. It can be tricky and you have to be careful, but it obviously can be done.